Good evening, everyone. I'm Joshna. Today I'm going to demonstrate experiment 9 file handling functions of Java. First, I have so this is my code. I'm going to explain my code. So the first I'm declaring my package name experiment 7, and then these are my import statements. These statements imports the classes for file handling, user input, and then data formatting. So this is used for file handling. This is used for user input, and this is used for data formatting. And then I have declared my class name as file handling. And then this is the main method from where the program execution starts. And we have created an object SC to store the input from the user. And then we have declared a variable called a choice. So this variable we have declared for user menu choice to store the user menu choice. And then we have started a do while loop that keeps showing the menu until the user exists. So these are the menus we have used. We are going to demonstrate 11 menus like creating a file, opening and reading existing file, renaming a file, delete a file, create a directory, find absolute path, and so on. And then we have used the switch statement to choose which choice the user wants to demonstrate. So the first option, the first option we have used is creating a new file. So, and then in the second case, we have used to open and read a new file. And then in the third case, we have used to rename the current file name. And then in fourth, we have used to delete the file name. And then in fifth, we are going to create a new directory. And then in the sixth case, we are going to find the absolute path of the directory. And in the seventh one, we are going to list the files in the directory. And then in eighth one, we are going to filter the files using the extension name. And then in ninth, we are going to in the ninth, we are going to find the lost modified file. And then in 10th, we are going to and in the 10th one, we are going to check if the file have existed. So we have used all the file handling operations to do all this. So here we have used the old file name to replace the new file name. And then in second case, we have used to open the new file name. So we have used file input stream, and then it will create a new file stream. So in the case 11, the program is going to exit. So whether we have entered the wrong answer means it will give up the error message like invalid choice, try again. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to explain the file handling operations in Java, that is experiment number 9. So first I have declared my package as package experiment 9, and then I have imported these operations. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to demonstrate the experiment 9 in Java, the basic file handling functions. So the first I have declared my package experiment 9, and then I have imported the required classes. So the first one, java.io is used for file input and output classes like file reader, file writer, file input stream, file output stream, IO exception, etc. And in second, java.util.scanner, this is a utility class such as scanner and file name filter can be done by using this. And then java.simple data format, this is used for formatting data. And then I have declared my class name as file handling. And then have used public static void main string of args. Then this is the main method from which the program starts its execution. And then we have created the object SC for storing an user input from the user. And then I have declared a variable choice that is used to ask the choice which choice the user wants to do. And then we have started our do while loop. So here we have all of the options, so which the user wants to choose. And then sc.next line. Good one. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to demonstrate experiment 9 in Java, that is basic file handling functions. So first I have declared my package as experiment 9, and then I have imported all the necessary classes for this program. The first one is used for input output file handling operations, and then second is an utility class that is used to get input from the user. And then this class was imported to do some data formatting operations. And then I have declared my public class as file handling, and then printed the main public static void main string of args. So this is the main method from which the program execution starts. And then we have created an object SC to store the input from the user. And then we have declared a variable choice. So that is used to get the particular choice from the user, and then we have started our do while loop, and here are our options which the user wants to choose from, and then so this choice is equal to sa.nextInt and sa.nextLine. So these lines are used to read the user's numeric choice using sa.next and then consume the trailing new line left in the input buffer. So subsequent next line calls work correctly. And then we have used switch case. So to and then we have used switch cases. So for the case one is creating a new file. So it first prompts a file name and creates a file object, and then creates a new file, attempts to create the file on a disk. So and then return true if it is created, and then false if it's already exists. If created, opens a file writer to write the text, and then it prompts the user to enter the text, and then it will close. So so the catch IO exception handles errors such as permission seizures or invalid path, and then break statement exits the switch and the menu redisplays. And then in case two is used for open and read an existing file byte stream. So first it will prompt for a file name and check existence via exist, and then if presence open a file input stream inside your try with resources. This auto closes the stream. Read bytes fs.read until -1 and cast each bytes to a cat to print textual content. If the file doesn't exist, it prints file not found. And then in the case 3, it is used for renaming a file. So it will prompts for current file and new names. So rename to is used to rename the file. So and then in the case 4, we are going to delete your file. So it will first ask the file name to delete, and then it will delete the name of the file. And then case 5 is used to create a new directory. Here we having use mkdir to create a single directory, returns false if directory exists or creation files. For nested directions, use mkdirs. And then in case 6, find absolute path of a file. So get absolute path. So this is used to get the absolute path of the file. And then in 7th case, we are going to list all the files in a directory. So here we have been used is directory and then a directory.list. So it will list all of the files in the directory. And in 8th, it will filter files by the extension. So here we have been used uh, a file name filter. So and then it will check like name dot ends with extension. So we have entered the particular extension, it will filter those files. So and then we have used a list of filter. So returns the list of the filtered files. And then in 9th, display lost modified files. So we have used last modified. So it will give us the last modified files. And in case 10, checks if the file is already existed. So we have used xfile.exist to check that. And case 11 is executing the program. And then while if choice is not equal to 11, then it will close. Thank you. Now I'm going to run this program. So this is my output. So first I'm entering choice 1. So it will ask me to create a file name. So I'm typing Josh. And then it will, so it's saying file already exists. So I have to give another name. So I'm giving Java app. So it will create a file called Java app. And then I'm entering choice 2. So it will ask me to enter a text to write to the file. I'm just giving 2. So it will, the data will be written to that file. And then I'm entering choice 2. So it will ask me to enter a file name to open. So I will type Java 1. So in my Java 1, the file content is hello everyone. So it has opened that. And then I'm entering choice 3. So it will ask me the current file name. So I'm giving Java 2. So I'm giving new name as Java 2. So it will rename my file as Java 2. And then I'm going to delete the file. So I will enter Java 3. So file deleted successfully. And then I'm going to create a directory. So client. So it will enter name to create. So I will create my folder. So it will create a directory. And then to find absolute path of a directory. So there's my absolute path. So when I open this, so it will give me the absolute path. And then 7th one. So it will list all the files in my directory. And then in 8th, so I'm giving .pdf, all the PDF files in my directory. And then ninth one, X. So in program.